If you've ever even scratched the surface of a video game, you have certainly felt the joy and rush that you get from fighting or eventually beating a boss, or reaching a certain goal that you waited for. And this is common in every game you play, even chess, even Fortnite, and the game where this is the main motivation is Dark Souls. I played Dark Souls a while back, and when I first heard of it, I just thought it would be this dark, depressing game about nothing and nothingness. And boy, was I wrong. I started playing it, and I found myself in this world where everything was depressing. It was motivational and sad, just all around depressing. But when you meet the characters in this world, you acknowledge that these people still manage to live, and they still manage to laugh, and they still manage to see you as a friend, even though they have no reason to. And that's when I understood that what keeps you going is not always motivation or happiness, but purpose. And this is exactly what makes these characters in this world strive and go on even though they are basically dead. In this world, people are undead, and they are affected by a curse that is slowly getting worse. And to make this curse lift, you need to find the flame, the first flame that ever made humans rise. And to keep this flame going, you need to eventually sacrifice yourself. Everyone knows about this problem, and everyone knows about the solution to this problem. But they are not striving to be a hero. They are not striving to be the one that fixes this world. They have their own purposes, their own goals, and without these goals, they have nothing more to live for.
You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now.
A good example of a character that suffers this fate, and now I'm going into spoiler territory, so if you haven't played this game, I heavily suggest you do. The one good example, the best example, is Solaire of Astora, which is a knight that searched for his own son. He became a meme back when this game was launched, and everyone was so intrigued by praising the sun that he always did. But the meaning behind this isn't the meme, it's what praising the sun means. He wants to find the sun, and what the sun is, you never really get to know.
Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well,
As the game progresses, you find Solaire in a deep tunnel underground with a maggot attached to his head, and he immediately starts to attack you. This is the first NPC you ever meet that thinks of you as a friend, and the next time you meet him, he lets you know that whenever you need it, he will always back you up. When this guy just immediately rushes to attack you, there have to be something wrong. And the maggot on his head seems to be a sunlight maggot, something that affects you with sunlight and makes you go blind. And the words he speaks while he tries to kill you is, "I found my son." In this side story, you can actually prevent this from happening. And I did just that under my first playthrough, because the people around me gave me a heads up. This is something I don't want to experience. So to do this you have to go through a lot of trouble, but it's worth it because you are protecting one of your best mates in this game. But when you find him, the result isn't much better. You find him in a broken state and can't understand how he didn't find it. And this is the last you see of him. Solaire would die, but you could make him deny his own fate and actually make him survive. But survive for what exactly? His state of mind wasn't much better, and maybe he would have been better off with finding his son and being content with that. Even though it made him mad, he at least found what he was looking for, and it's not up to you to decide what should happen to him. You should just let him find what he wants to find. If you choose to deny this and do everything in your power to prevent this from happening, you will just find him lost and depressed, and which is for the better. These mind games happen frequently in Dark Souls, and usually it's such an amazing experience to just know that you had some say in it, or that it could affect you too. And I don't know if I have a clear message here. I don't want to make this too cringy, but this game taught me that without purpose you eventually go mad, and always strive for new goals. And if Dark Souls is too hard for you, stop being a crybaby. Just play it. Make it your goal and fulfill your purpose.